Oh, hi, I'm Archie. I hope this battery lasts long enough. I'm going to read a short story. The tale is called Master of the Universe. It's about 1,000 words long. It should take about 10 minutes to read. Now, it's about a city trader, and he has a secret. And it begins like this. Part 1. Message. Oh dear, special sound effect missing. Let's try that again. Part 1. Message. The chime called to him. It would wait. Shane finished his calculation, and then it came again. That sound, cool and reflective. Oh, the brute technology. This thing has turned itself off as well. Cool and reflective, resonating. We'll try this out. I think we should start again. Let's give this another go. Part 1. Message. The chime called to him. It would wait. Shane finished his calculation. Then it came again. That sound, cool, reflective, resonating. Shane surveyed his work. What would it say? BP buy, Shell sell. Shane was a buyer, a seller, a fixer. No calls, no interruptions. This was his focus time, where he considered his investments and his hobbies, local art, local fetishes, local pastimes, guns, girls, cars, cards, brash and bold, all collectible, all welcome distractions, not to enjoy, but because they were collectible. Someone somewhere couldn't afford the price, and he could. The bric-a-brac of success. And of course his investments. Check the result. Make notes. Save. Back up and save. But later. Clean, unsullied focus time. He had what he needed. Wanted in life. Risk rarely stirred him. Dabbling, gambling, now a tasteless challenge. Sated desires. Only the chime could interrupt. Should there be something aligned to his interests? And it niggled. It disturbed. It was meant to soothe. We won't do the full one there. You'll be getting fed up with this. Damn it! He reached for the phone. Shane! Peremptory. Shane listened. Eventually there was a question. Shane answered. One word. Part 2. Affairs. He looked at his working. Make notes. Save. Back up and save. His mind span. The model would wait. Then, on afterthought, he gave brief instructions to his secretary. He'd trades that needed defusing, ones that couldn't just unwind. But his thoughts raced ahead. Ahead. He was ahead of the push and grind of rush hour, racing speed, mad city dash. Few cars matched his for power and pace. Fewer drove like him. A red-hot shadow, pulsing power in gleaming black. A silent roar of traffic. Conditioned, controlled in his gas guzzler, a ravenous all-devouring beast with a heart of steel. Blurred fever drove him on, a tryst with risk, a tryst with change. Middlesex and the M4 passed in a flash. Soon he passed Slough. He drove up to his modest 13-room mock Tudor home, past the parking bay for visitors and guests, with its simple surround of flowers, and parked in his subterranean garage. Not precisely, not with care, nor aligned in metronomical precision with the others, but as careless afterthought. The mad mid-afternoon dash drove home behind him. He walked past the gym, past the lower-level private study, cum repository to his collections. In there was a recently acquired 1933 worldwide gum baseball set, not yet mounted, now ignored. He made his way up to the kitchen. Nothing. No one to share his home. Coffee in hand, Shane looked out at the parking bay, its simple surround of flowers and irrelevance. He placed the mug on his coffee table, spilling some in the process, and his head spun. He had everything he wanted, everything he needed. And did he? Did he? Nothing stirred him, and still the cool voice on the telephone rang in his head. Doubt, fear, uncertainty and excitement. Part 3. Meeting. Thin wafers. Shane held them with care. 1, 2, 3. He counted to the end, each a duplicate. All there? Yup, Shane answered. Shane knew of these, but never expected them to be available, to fall into his hands. He couldn't conceal his satisfaction. But first things first. Payment? She asked. Straight to the point. He fingered their edges slightly, then replaced them in a tiny carry case, pocket-sized. Money, he began. Really? The scorn was plain. Then what? What have you got? On me. He'd brought little of value. Oh, come on. Anacia was clearly impatient. She paced across the room. Dust arose from bare floorboards. Dark tresses tumbled to her shoulders and back, swinging freely. Not collectible, though. Anacia was no trophy. She pursed ample lips. Shane withered under a steel-like gaze. What did she want? He thought furiously. Options flickered and faded under that look. Not cash. So what? Let's talk. The bare room echoed in naked resonance. Shane sat on a simple stool, all pre-agreed. A haze of sunlight searched through the single window. It smoked beams through the dust, freezing the scene. Let's walk, she echoed. He rose easily, his spare frame limber, tense. Section 4. Unbound. Into the car, his car. She directed, he drove, his Bentley Continental chewing up the miles, and he talked nervously. Shane was a fixer. How could he fix this? Real estate? Share certificates? Rare collections? A life of plenty and its appurtenances? What was the price? A town, a village, a farmyard, and they arrived. A large looming agricultural building, warehouse in size. Out of his Bentley he strode, purpose in each step. The hot sun shone beads of sweat onto his lips. Drips of tension caressed inside each arm. Anacia opened the building and watched, observing each movement. There she stood, all gleaming polished metal, finished and primed to perfection, pointless without the precious thin wafers he held. And not for boys, not for losers, oh no. Shane moved forward. Anacia stood still, to his right. Your watch is done. Shane, not looking aside, handed her his keys. He doubted he'd need these where he was going. She leaned forward, the faint musky smell of her nearness, her femininity a pleasing spice to his senses. 3 words whispered into his ear. Waves of relief. This part he knew. Shane straightened his shoulders and strode forward. It had been so long. This he could do. He reached for the door that silently opened. Not the faintest hiss from movement. The wafers into the dashboard at the appropriate place. An echo of chimes, a soft melodious sound in his inner ear, her voice, a succor to life of worthless plenty. You are free. Finally he could leave this cursed world. Engines powered, the craft lifted in a haze of smoke. He wouldn't be coming back. And there you have it. Where's that off switch?